Okay, so this is 2022, paper 2, question 7. So this is page 353 in your exam papers. Part of the logo of a company is shown below. ABCD is a square. And the minute I hear that, I'm thinking, okay, all sides are the same, each with side 30. The points E and F are midpoints of AB and AD. Okay, so straight away, I know then that that's 15 from there to there and there to there. And same here, 15 from here to here and here to here. Okay. Then it says the lines EC and BD are, EC and FB are perpendicular. Okay, so I'm just going to mark in that they are all 90 and meet at the point O. Using similar triangles or trigonometry, find the length EO and give your answer in the form A root B. Now, don't worry about the form yet. The important thing is we get the idea. So they've basically told us to use similar triangles or trig. So I'm just going to go ahead and use similar triangles. So I'm going to pick out a kind of the big guy here first. So A, F, B. So I know this is 15. That's obviously a 90-degree angle because it's a square. Obviously, this is 30 because that was the whole length. So just to be clear, the triangle I'm looking at first is this one, blue one, the big one. Okay, and that's all I have at the moment, but I can work out the missing side if I need it. So we'll just draw the other one anyway first. So now I'm going to draw the smaller one, so the EOB. So EOB. So what do I know? Well, I know this is 90. I know this is 15. And is there anything else? No, I don't know anything else there for the moment. And what I'm looking for is this one here. So let's mark in maybe some, well, I suppose we have the whatever is opposite the 90-degree angle. That's the only thing I actually have in this one. So I think I will need that over here. So I'm just going to call this X for the moment. No, I won't call it X, sorry, I'll call it Y because otherwise I might mix them up. So Y squared is equal to 15 squared plus 30 squared. So Y squared is equals to, so 15 squared is 225. 30 squared is 900. And if I put the two together, I get Y squared is 1125. And then the square root of 1125 is 15 root 5. So I now know that that's 15 root 5. Okay. What else do I know? So in the big guy, if I put a dot down there, that's there, but also it's there. So that'll give us a sense of what's what. And then if I was to mark in the third angle, it would be there. And then it would have to be that one just because it's the only other angle. So now I'm going to use the idea of similar triangles to finish the question. So if I pick, for example, 15 in the little one. So if I'm starting with the little one, I have to then pick whatever's opposite the right angle in the big. And then whatever triangle I start with, I stick with. So if I pick X, it's opposite the dot. Opposite the dot in the big one is the 15. So now I have to cross multiply. So it's going to be 15 by 15 is equal to 15 root 5x. So to find x, I would need to multiply 15 by 15 and then ultimately divide it by 15 root 5. So I have on my top 15 times 15, or I could cancel there as well, actually. So all in all, I get 3 root 5 for x. I am asked to put it into the form A root B. So I'm actually all good. It means A is 3 and B is 5. 2021. So I'm just going to move on to 2021. This is paper 2. I'll just grab the page number. Page number is 372. 372. Okay, so it says the points A, which is 4, 2, and C, 16, 11, are vertices of a triangle A, B, C, as shown below. B and D are points on CA and CB, respectively. The ratio A to D, AD to DC is 2:1. So I know the ratio is 2:1. So in other words, A to D is double whatever B to C is. And I'm asked to find A to D. Now, what I can do is find the full length from A to C using coordinate geometry, and then I can find out where my, or the length of my AD from there, because that's just going to be 2/3. So if it's in the ratio 2:1, that's 2/3, and that's 1/3. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put down my coordinates 16, 11, 4, 2, x1, y1, x2, y2, fill it into my distance formula. So that's going to be my y2 minus y1. Now, obviously, you should be writing the formula, but I'm just kind of speeding it up a little bit. So that's 81 and 144, which ends up being 15. Now, if the whole thing is 15, I need to get 2/3 of 15. So I divide by 3, which is 5, multiplied by 2, which is 10. So I've discovered, in fact, A to D is 10. Now, automatically, that makes this bit 5 because the whole thing is, the distance between the whole lot is 15. Okay, then it says A, B, and D, E are horizontal line segments. The length from A to B is 33. So the length from A to B is 33. Find the coordinates of B and E. Okay, so if I have a length of 33, that only affects the 4, because if I'm on the same horizontal line, that remains a 2. And if I'm 33 units over, then 33 units over from 4 would be 37. So that would be 37, 2 are my coordinates for B. Now, I also need then to work out what are the coordinates of E. So I'm going to have to think about really the large triangle, and then I guess the little one as well. So I think I'll redraw it for this one. So I'm going to just redraw this large triangle. So the large triangle, as in ACB, is 15. The bottom is 33. Now the little guy then on top, so when I say little guy, I'm talking CDE. Remember, I've discovered that was 5. Now, I don't know this bit, so we'll call that T, for example. So I'm going to apply the same theory here, but I need to know T first because I don't have T. So I'm going to use similar triangles here. So if I go with 15 in the large, I'm going to divide that by 5 in the small, 33 in the large over T in the small. So 15T is equals 2. That's going to be 165. So in other words, T is 11. Now, if T is 11 and D, did we have coordinates for D? So what do we have? 16. Let's see. So that was 11. Oh yeah, so it's basically 3 times. So what we've discovered really is that it's 3 times as much. I probably could have guessed that actually, because 15 and goes to 5, 33 goes to 11. So what does that mean? Well, I guess it means the same thing for over the other side if I'm looking for this missing x1, y1. So I now have a distance of 16 to 11 and 37 and 2. So let's write that down. So I have 16, 11 gets all the ways to 37, 2. So if I think about the distance from 16 to 37, that's a distance there of 21. So if I look at the total distance as 21, so we'll just make sure that's right actually, 37 minus 16, so that's 21. Now, if I divide that by 3, that would be 7. So that would be 7. So if I come up a third of the way, because remember the sides are in the same ratio. So these are also in the ratio of 1/3 and 2/3. So if I, instead of coming up 21, I'm going to come up only a third of the way. So a third of the way would be 7. 7 up from 16 is 23. Now, what about 11 to 2? So 11 to 2 is a down 9. So 11 to 2 is down 9, but I only want to come 1/3 of the way. So down 3. So down 3 from 11 is 8. So that's our answer there for the coordinates of E is 23, 8.